What's going on, guys? Jay Nera here. I just want to talk a little bit about a t-shirt we had at the Cage at the Arnold's this year, 2018. We had a t-shirt that said, fuck your judgment free zones. Fuck your judgment free zones. And I don't think I need to convince anyone about that. We all agree with that. Like, no one likes those kind of gyms. They're boring. They have the lunk alert alarms, and you can't grunt or drop weights. Or not that we need to drop weights to make ourselves sound cool, but you know what I mean. You got to put everything down nice so you can't make any noise. No one really likes those kind of gyms, and you know, the whole idea of judgment free, it just sounds pretty crazy. So we all agree with it, but I just want to emphasize it a little bit more because, you know, some places it kind of seeps in through the cracks into these little niches in society, and the next thing you know, it's ubiquitous everywhere, and values in society are just starting to decay. And this is one of those things that's just a big fucking deal. You know, the idea of, you know, all inclusion and accepting everything and not judging other people. It's just a pretty disgusting concept, because it asks people to basically just be like kind of like morally agnostic or apathetic almost. So so I just want to talk about that a little bit more, and let's see what you guys think. When we first think about that, we hear this judgment free zone. It's not really a judgment free zone. It's kind of like a, because people still want praise. Everyone wants that praise, but it's more of a don't say anything negative to anyone, you know, don't try to make anyone feel bad. So let's just clear that up. It's not judgment free. It's just kind of like criticizing free. And the weird thing with that is, you know, sometimes negative criticism is constructive. You know, sometimes something that doesn't make us happy is still constructive, and we can learn from it, and that's where we get better. And that's where having judgment's very important, because, you know, we should always be striving to get better. So these people don't want to necessarily get better. And I mean, if you're scared to just get criticized in general, you know, if you're scared of being judged, the truth is, chances are that you've already judged yourself and you found yourself wanting. I'm going to repeat that. If you are afraid of being judged, it's because you have already judged yourself and you have found yourself wanting. You have come up short, and you don't want other people to notice. Because if you judge yourself and you're proud of yourself, you're like, yep, that's the best I could have done in this situation, or I know I fucked up in the past, but now, you know, I'm getting my grips on things and I'm fixing it as best as I can, then you're proud of that because you're doing your best. So you don't care what other people judge you on, because if other people are judging you and they find something wrong, then one, they don't have enough information and maybe they're incorrect. So fuck them for making a fast judgment on you without knowing all of the facts and information in your point of view. There's that. Or maybe they're right and what they're saying is constructive criticism, so you'll grow some more. So if you are afraid of being judged, chances are you're a coward who isn't living up to his own standards. So, you know, we want that. We want this society where people are judging each other. We want people to be striving to get better. And the only way to be striving to get better is to have a set of ideals, a set of values that you are chasing for, you know, things that you are trying to do, and to act accordingly. And if you are not acting accordingly and people show this to you, well, good. Now you'll learn, now you'll get better. And if you're not acting accordingly and people show it to you and you do nothing, then you're the person who fails. You're failing yourself because you know what you can do better. You know, and then some people, they look at this and they say, you know, I don't like judgmental people. But like I'm just trying to point out, the judgmental people are the ones who are helping you. Unless they're the shitty judgmental people, like the hypocrites, the people who are there to make fast judgments without knowing all the facts. Those are shitty people, but those people will get judged for being shitty judges. When we look in like the court system, it's not like anyone ever appoints a really bad, a morally corrupt person to be a judge in the courts. We always pick someone who has character and ideals and abides by the laws of that society. So we always try to pick higher character people. So when we're looking at that and we're trying to figure out like what kind of judgments we value, it's, well, really you value the judges from people who have integrity. And that's the thing. We want a society full of people with integrity. So we want a society with people who judge other people and they judge other people all the time, and they're not afraid to be judged, because if I'm a judgmental person and I'm judging everyone harshly, then that means everyone can judge me harshly by the same standards. Because if I judge people by certain standards and I don't live up to those standards, I'm a huge hypocrite, and I don't want to be a hypocrite. I want to have integrity. So when people say, like, you know, they make it sound like they want that, you know, don't judge unless you're prepared to be judged kind of thing. It's like, yeah, I'm fucking ready to be judged. I'm going to judge other people. If you're a shitty person, I'm going to say it, or I'm just going to kick you out of my life, because I only want people who value good people in my life anyways. And that's kind of where I'm going with this. Hope you guys dig it. Later.